99-84. Knicks get the dub. It was nice to see Knicks basketball back in action after a couple of months off and a nice off season. Obviously, when it comes to preseason, both teams, you're running vanilla offense, you're running vanilla defense. You just want to see the guys get a good run in, see some good highlights, and make sure, and most importantly, that the players get back and finish the game healthy. Unfortunately for the Knicks, they did not start or finish that way. Coming into this game, one of the primary storylines of the game was that OG Anunoby was injured with a sprained hand. According to Bill Pito of MSG, OG hurt himself in practice. Now, conspiracy saying it could have been a camel, could have been a falcon, but either way, OG Anunoby did not start this game. Pacome Dadier started in OG's absence, and a mixed bag, but relatively uninspiring basketball by Pacome Dadier. 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 3 turnovers, and 2 rebounds. It seemed like earlier in the game, Dadier was a bit nervous. I thought the Sixers did a good job. The Sixers really brought their intensity early in this game. And so Dadier was a bit out of sorts, was not hitting the shots that you wanted to see him hit. But again, this is what the preseason is for, and to get those kinks out. But I still believe that despite the fact that he has not been playing well and shooting the ball, even from Summer League, his position is vital because OG Anunoby did not play in this game. And later on, Josh Hart would end up missing time in this game, apparently injuring his back. So you're already in this game short 2 of your wings with no clear wing depth on this roster, with not a lot of wing depth on this roster. I think it makes Pacome Dadier's role here even more important as an insurance policy, as literally just a wing body at this point. Forget about making shots. Just as a body, because if you're going to come in here with so many guards, you're going to be undersized if you're going to lose Josh Hart or OG Anunoby or Mikal Bridges, God forbid, for an extended period of time. So Hart left the game with a back injury. On this play, he would end up throwing the ball in frustration because he was injured, and he gets tossed out of the game. So he gets an ejection, but he wasn't going to come back into the game anyway. So that's why I keep saying we have to keep Dadier amidst this battle for the last training camp spot. We got to keep Dadier in there, man. I don't think they can afford to lose him. But anyway, it was an uninspiring night for Dadier. No OG and Hart gets hurt. Those are kind of the main storylines. Now, for the good side, Mitch Robinson. Knicks coach Mike Brown said that he was mostly going to play the starters for one half, and Mitch Robinson gave him his money's worth. 7 points, 16 boards for the Block Nest monster. You know, look, the Sixers started Bona or somebody at the center. Obviously, no Joel Embiid. So Mitchell Robinson, this was light work for Mitch, and he got a good workout in, got 7 points, 16 rebounds in 18 minutes on the night. Good job by Mitch. Second game ball, I'll go to Deuce. I thought Deuce looked really good off of the bench. Deuce McBride, 21 minutes. He had 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 steals for Deuce, and 5 rebounds. So Deuce had a good, efficient outing. They had Deuce in lineups with Jordan Clarkson. He played alongside Shamet. He played alongside Brunson. At one point, they had Brunson, Clarkson, and Deuce out there running. And then they also had a lineup. It was Deuce, Clarkson, Hart, Yabusele, and Mitch, or Cat and Mitch. And that lineup was pretty good for Deuce. So it was interesting in terms of how Mike Brown ran out the rotation. Brogdon didn't start until the second half. He didn't get in until the second half. So it's interesting to see what will ultimately be what I think is going to be the first guards off the bench. It's going to be Deuce and Brogdon. But even with those lineups, Hart had the ball in his hands a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's what it's going to look like going forward, with the primary ball handler with that second unit kind of rotating between Hart to Clarkson to Deuce. Whoever has it, go and make a play. And then you also run that unit with Karl-Anthony Towns, so you have another capable playmaker out there. But either way, strong performance by Miles McBride. He was loose, knocked down his shots, 5 of 7, 2 of 4 from the field. Third game ball, I would go with, I liked Karl-Anthony Towns' activity today. 11 points, 5 rebounds, but 8 free throws. Cat, he looked good. He looked like he's in good shape. He was aggressive. He attacked the basket, got a couple of and ones. And again, with the Sixers front court, there was nobody out there that was on his level. So obviously he imposed his will. Good job by Towns. I'm showing Mikal Bridges here on the replay. I thought Mikal, I talked about the Sixers coming in here, and the Sixers, you talk about a preseason game, preseason or not, the Sixers really applied pressure on the Knicks defensively. They were picking up damn near full court, three-quarter court. The game started off, Kelly Oubre forced the inexperienced Pacome Dadier into a turnover on the inbound. So the Sixers really came out with some defensive energy. And then once the Knicks, maybe about the second quarter, the Knicks picked up their energy, and then they really never looked back from there. They started getting to a groove. Mikal started scoring. Cat started scoring. Deuce was getting it in off the bench. And then they never really looked back from there. So good job by Mitch. Good job by Towns. And good job by Deuce as well. Then as it gets to the reserves, I thought Malcolm Brogdon made his debut. 3 points, 2 assists. Looked pretty comfortable out there. Again, wasn't playing with some of the more notable Knicks starters, but did get in there with Deuce and Clarkson and Kolek. Got in there with Kolek as well. But it was clear that Brogdon was the point guard. So I thought he looked good in his limited minutes. 12 minutes from Malcolm Brogdon. I thought he looked pretty good. Garrison Matthews, we talk about this final roster spot and who's in the mix. Hey, Garrison Matthews came out there and said, hey, this is why you brought me here. Because he went in there, he's a three-point gunner, and he went in there and knocked down 3 or 4 from downtown. Gave him some good effort all the way around. So, hey, Garrison Matthews probably like, hey, I'm out here in the desert. You guys are talking about Shamet and Brogdon for the final spot, or those two for the final 2. Don't forget about me. Garrison Matthews had a good outing. Kolek was decent, 3-7 from the field, 6 points. I thought Kolek had him some good minutes. I thought Huck Porty played well. Huck Porty ran the floor very well. 3 or 4 from the field, 6 points and 6 rebounds. So another guy who was very efficient in his minutes. He looked good. Ran the floor well. So Huck Porty played a good game as well. Not too much action out of Diawara or McCullough. And I'm trying to see who else. Notables. Landry, not too much, but he still moved the ball well. Played a good game. Knicks ball movement was really good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cap, Brunson, slow night for Brunson. Just a rusty night for Brunson. Nothing too crazy. And then overall, I thought what was notable with the Knicks was their ball movement for sure. 19 assists for the Knicks, but also getting out in transition. Just pushing the ball ahead. They had a lot of guys streaking down the opposite side of the court, and they were able to outscore the Sixers in transition 24-10. So I think even though it's a preseason game, there's certain principles that this coach wants to instill with this team, and playing fast is one of them. And I thought we saw that with the Knicks. So lots to think about, man. Very, very interesting. As Mike Brown promised, every active player got into this game, and we got to see some of these guys in action. And some encouraging performances and some that'll be worth watching. King Matthews, you up next. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. How y'all feeling today?
Hey, feeling great, man. Thursday, Knicks basketball is back, and the Knicks got to win. How could we lose?
For sure, man. Today was exciting, man.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson, man, we all know he's already locked, man. 16 rebounds, man. I believe he had 13 rebounds in the first half.
Yeah. Mitch was
He
a
was locked.
dog. This
Yeah, he
is
locked
light
it.
work for Block Net Sponsor, man. What are we talking, man? It's light work.
Yeah, no, sure about that, man. Let's just glad VJ didn't dunk on him. I don't know who he think he is, man. You
Yeah.
gotta chill. NBA just started.
The rookie was trying to get on House of Highlights. He forgot who he was dealing with. He forgot he was dealing with a monster. We ain't playing that. We ain't playing
For
that.
sure. But the player I was really interested today, man. Matthews,
Yeah.
aka Walmart Kyle Culver, man.
Yeah.
3 for 4 for downtown. And there was a play that he was playing some good defense. I think he went out of bounds or something like that. He was hustling. I like that.
Yeah.
And if I'm Shannon, I better watch my back because he's trying to get onto you, bro. He's on you right now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, don't forget
Yeah.
about Matthews, man. And, that's what Matthews does. He can get busy like that. Matthews can cook. That's what he's done for his career. It's just he just hasn't been able to stick with a lot of teams. And so he's a guy, he came to Abu Dhabi. He ain't come to play with the Falcons. He's coming to keep a roster spot. So it's a dog-eat-dog situation right now.
For sure, man. We can't forget he almost dropped 40 points with Atlanta. He dropped 40, so that boy ain't playing.
Yeah,
He ain't playing.
that's a
But
fact.
but McBride's ready.
Yep.
The whole team looks ready. The passing was just phenomenal, man. And shout out to the other caller too. The lead was cutting down, and Mike Brown, he still called a timeout. If it was Tibbs, he got to wait and wait and wait. But 19 players coming off the bench, is that like a sort of
Yeah.
a record for right now? Because that's a lot of people. I
Well-
did not expect people was coming off the bench.
Yeah, I did. I mean, Mike Brown, we talked about it yesterday. Mike Brown did say that he was going to go deep into the bench. And like he said, number one, these guys traveled all the way out there. And number two, they fighting hard. And also it just doesn't make any sense to play and overextend your starters at all. So it just made a lot of sense. Everything is working out the way it should. Plus, you need evaluations on Pacome, on Brogdon, on Shaman, and on Matthews. So it worked out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to Mike Brown. And before I go, man, look, Kolek, he did all right, but he's just not it, man.
Yeah.
He's just not it. He's not it. And for Daddy, even though this is he struggled with Josh Hart situation, we're gonna need him because he didn't look good today. But with Josh Hart dealing with the issue right now, and someone with a BS ejection, we're gonna need him. So, Daddy, if you're watching, we need you to step up, gang. We need you, bro. Y'all take it easy, fans.
Yeah.
You too, CP.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Good to hear from you, man. King Matthews on the check-in. Always a good call. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Shout out to our guy, King Matthews, man. Shout out to our guy, King Matthews. Yeah, what was up with that ejection with Josh Hart? I mean, that was just totally ridiculous. I wasn't too happy with the Zebras on that. Even though he wasn't going to come back, it was just kind of like, come on, man. You guys are being beyond ridiculous. 99-84. Knicks get the first one out in the desert of Abu Dhabi. No OG. Pacome starts. Pacome bricks. Josh Hart gets injured. We got to keep Pacome. That's kind of the summary. If I got to give you a 3-second summary, that was the summary of the game.